Students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Mathematical Lens by Namita. In this video, we are going to start with chapter number 5, Prime Time of grade 6 Mathematics of the new NCERT textbook, that is Ganitha Prakash. So we'll first understand what are common multiples and common factors. So it is very nicely explained over here with an idli vada game. Right? So here, children, they sit in a circle and they play a game of numbers. So what is the rule? So one person will start with 1, the second will say 2, and so on. But when it is a turn of 3 or 6 or 9, that is the multiples of 3, the numbers which are in the table of 3. Okay, multiples of 3 means which are in the table of 3. So if that comes, then the player should say what? Idli. Idli. Instead of the number. You should not say 3. If you say 3, it is out. And when it is the turn of 5, 10, 15 like that, the multiples of 5, then the player would say vada. Okay. So, like if I say 1, 2, then idli, 4, vada, 6. Sorry. So I am out. See, 6 I had to say idli, like that, because it is a multiple of 3. So if a player makes any mistake, they are out. That's the game. So it continues like that. The player continues in round till one person remains, right? So like all other games, one person will be a winner in this game too, right? So now for which numbers should the player say idli instead of saying the number? So there would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, further if we go 21, 24, 27, 30, so on, right? And for what numbers they'll say vada? 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, so on, right? Now, which is the first number for which the player should say idli and vada both, right? So it should come in the table of 3 as well as table of 5. So that number is 15. 3 5s are 15, which is a multiple of 3 and 5 both. Okay. So find out other such numbers that are multiples of 3 and 5 both. And these numbers are called as common multiples. So first we write down they are known as common multiples, but they have also asked find other such numbers. So first number was 15. The next common multiple you will get, you say the table of 15. So 15 2s are 30. 15 3s are 45. 15 4s are 60. Like that you can get the other. Once you get the first common multiple, it is easy to find out the other common multiples. Okay. So now let us discuss the figure it out exercise which is given on page number 108. You have understood what are multiples, common multiples, right? So based on the idli vada game, there are some questions. So first question is, at what number is idli vada said for the 10th time? So we just understood that the first common multiple is 15. Okay. So if you want it 10th time, then 15 you will multiply by 10. So 15 into 10 will be 150. Correct? Now next. If the game is played for the numbers from 1 till 90, okay, there is a upper limit. So find out how many times will the children say idli, including the times they say idli and vada. Right? Now, idli is said when it is a 3 and multiple of 3. Right? And the upper limit is 90. So you need to reach 90. So if 3 into 30 is 90. Okay. So what is the answer? How many times the children would say? They would say 30 times. Okay. So the answer is 30 times. Question number B. How many times would the children say vada including the time they said idli vada, means the multiples of 5. Now you need to reach 90 again. So you'll divide 90 by 5. Okay. So 90 by 5, that is 18. 18 5s are 90. Right? So how many times they'll say? 18 times. These I have shown you both the ways, like by multiplying also you can answer, or by dividing. How many times would they children say idli vada both? Now idli vada means 15. Both when you are saying is a common multiple 15. And you should reach till 90. To 15 6 are 90. So your answer is 6 times. Okay. So the children would say idli vada 6 times. Clear? Now question number 3. It is an interesting question. If you have understood question 2, question 3 would be easy. You should understand the pattern, that is important. So question number 3 says, what if the game was played till 900? Here in question 2 it was played till 90. Question 3 they said 900. So how would your answers change? Right? So for all these 3 questions A, B, C, right? So instead of 3 into 30, it would be 3 into 300. You just need to add 1 0. So how many times would you say 3? 3, that is 300 times. Okay. So for the multiple of 3, the answer is 300. Just put a 0 after the first answer. 30, because 90 became 900, so 30 becomes 300. Now 5, second is 5, multiples of 5. How many times will you say? Here it is 18, so here it would be 180. So you can directly write answers. And how many times would they say both idli and vada? Here the answer is 6. So here it would be 60. Got it? So again you need not calculate. You should just know the trick or the method. Or you should see the pattern. What is the pattern? Okay. Now question number 4. Is this figure somehow related to the idli vada game? Hint, there's a hint given. Imagine playing the game till 30. So what they have done, they have made 2 circles, right? This is multiples of 5 and these are multiples of, these are multiples of 3 and these are the multiples of 5. And where they both meet, there they have written the common multiples. So you can see multiple of 3, 3, 6, 6 is missing. There should be 6, 3, 6, 9, 12, like that. All the multiples you will write here, but whichever falls in both table, that you will write in the centers. Like that 15 and 30. Here 5, 10, 15, 25. Some numbers are missing over here. Okay, that also should have been written. So now draw the figure if the game is played till 60. Now they have asked that if the same game is played till 60, what will be the change in the figure, or what additions will be there in the figure. And also there is a question, let us now play the idli vada game with different pairs of numbers, like 2 and 5, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. Okay. So we will say idli for multiples of the smaller number and vada for the multiples of the bigger number. That's the rule formed in idli vada for both the numbers. Okay. So let us first try to draw this figure till 60. So now let us make the same diagram. Here in one of the circle, we will write multiples of 3, and in the other circle we will write multiples of 5. Let me draw a little bigger because we need till 60. Multiples of 3, multiples of 5. So here we write for 3, here we write for 5, and common ones in the center. It is still 60. So if we take 3, so I'm going to write all the multiples of 3, then 6, then 9, 12. Now 15 is common for both, so we write 15 over here. Let me change the color and write down the common ones. Okay, so 15 will be here. Now after 12, 15, then 18. 18, 21, then 24, 27. So 30 will be common for both. So we write 30 in the center. Okay. Now comes 33, 36, 39, 42. Then 45 again will be in the center because it is common for both. Here you can see the table of 15. 45, then 48, 51, 54, and 57. Right? These are multiples of 3 and common ones written over here. And now we will write the multiples of 5 also. I just changed the color so that it's easy. Now let us choose another color for 5 multiples of 5. So 5, 10, 15 is already in the center, 20, 25, 30 is already here, 35, 40, 45 is already here, then 50, 55 and 60 would be in the center. Okay, so this is how you will make the diagram. So now there are questions based on the idli vada game. There are numbers given. So let us see with 2 and 5. Okay. So we can do both the things, like we can draw the diagram which I just showed, or you can just write the multiples of both the numbers. So if we write multiples 2, then 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. We write till 20. Okay. And then we write the multiples of 5 also. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. So what are the common multiples? Can you see some common numbers in this? So you can see here 5 is not there, but 10 is there in both. So at all these places idli will be said 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18 idli, and 5, 15 will be vada, and 10 and 20 will be both idli, vada, because they are the common multiples. So the common multiples are 10 and 20. You can write more common multiples. Now another question is B, where the numbers are given 3 and 7. Okay. So now when will the idli be said? When it is 3 and multiples of 3. So first we write down multiples of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. These are all multiples of 3. And we'll write further 18, 21, 24. Okay. Now we write off 7. So 7, 14, 21, 28, right? You can stop when you see some common multiple in both. So we can see 21 is in both. So common multiple, we write it in short as CM. Common multiple is 21 for 3 and 7. Now for question C is for 4 and 6. 4 and 6. So let us write multiples of 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, okay, and so on. Similarly, multiples of 6. So 6, 12, then 18, 24, 30, okay, enough. Now, we see the common ones. So 12 is common and 24 is also common. So the common multiples are 12 and 24 and so on. You can get so many more common multiples also. There is an interesting fact which these two friends are sharing. Yesterday we played this game with two numbers and we ended just saying just idli or idli vada and nobody said vada, right? This boy is saying, oh, what could those numbers be? So he is giving a one number. One of the number was 4 and he is asking the other boy to find out what could be the other number. Okay. Now, if we see there are some options, which of the following could be the other number? So, what did we decide? What was the rule? That we will say idli for the smaller number and vada for the bigger number. Now, let us say what he said, that everyone said idli and not the vada, that is the smaller number. Now let us see. So if we follow that rule, so if we see 2, so you will say idli, multiple of 2 is 4, again idli. It is with 4. The other number was 4 already, which he said that one of the number was 4. So let us first write down the multiples of 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. I have written till 40. So now if we say 2, number 2 is smaller. So we will say idli. 4 will be idli, vada. 6 will again be idli. 8 will be idli, vada. Then comes 10, idli. Then comes 12, which is idli, vada. Now, if you observe, then we just kept on saying idli and idli vada, not vada. Okay. So 2 is one of that answer. Now with 3, is it possible with 3? So let us write the multiples of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 12. Right, so what will happen over here? 3 is idli, 4 is vada, 6 is idli, vada. So here we are saying both idli, vada. So 3 is not the option. Then if we see 5, suppose. So multiples of 5, 10, 15. Here what we will say? For 4 we will say idli, 5 will say vada. So 5 is also not possible. Now let us see multiples of 8. So 8, 16, 24, 32, like that. Now here the smaller number is 4. So for 4 we will say idli. 8 is a common multiple, so we will say idli. Then 12, again we will say idli. For 16 we will say idli, vada. Okay, because it is common for both. So here This is also one of the option, 8. Because we are not saying vada single time also. Okay, then there is a number 10. So if we see multiples of 10, 20, 30, we'll come to know in the beginning only. So 4 we say idli, 10 we say vada because there is nothing common. So 10 is not the option. So the answer is 2 and 8. In both the cases, that's possible that you are just saying idli and idli vada and not vada. Why is this happening? That you should understand. Because if we see the case of the common number was 4 in both of them. So if we see 2 and 4, 4 is a multiple of 2. And if we see 4 and 8, 8 is a multiple of 2. So one of them is a factor, the other is a multiple. So whenever such things happen, you will not say vada. Okay, because you will have more common multiples. Okay, because the bigger number is already a multiple of the smaller number. So the bigger number will not get a chance to say vada. Right? So we will continue with this chapter in the next video. Thank you.